For love this week, don't let perfectionism block intimacy. Allow space for imperfection. Be clear about your needs instead of expecting others to just read your mind.
Welcome to Cards and Constellations with Bonnie Morris and Don Rumor Rivera from Sonoran Mystic Tarot. Here, we blend astrology and tarot to guide you through the twists and turns for the week ahead. Don't forget to hit subscribe and share. Let's dive into your cosmic journey together.
All right, Virgo, for your social life this week, highlights meaningful and purposeful social interactions. You may find yourself naturally offering guidance or support to friends, and others will appreciate your reliability and thoughtfulness. Small gatherings or one-on-one meetups will be more fulfilling than large chaotic events. Midweek, an opportunity to meet someone new through work, a shared hobby, or a project may arise. Take your time to observe and engage thoughtfully, as these connections could be significant. Don, what does tarot say?
Well, Virgo, before we get to tarot, I do want to ask you a question. Are you the kind that likes the quiet, more intimate things, or do you prefer the more public and big events? What's your preference? I'm kind of curious because I know Virgos who are all over the place on this. So I'm kind of curious, what do you say? Let's get to it though with your tarot specifically. Change is coming. Change is coming. I like that. Now, this change, there's one of two change cards in tarot. The one card is the Tower card, which is not this one. And that's the card that tells you you are not in control of the change. You do not make the change, and nor can you stop the change. It's only you working within the change. But this is the change. A lot of change there, isn't it? A lot of change. But this is the change that you create. So there is a change coming this week that you put into place. The question is it the situation maybe you were a little introverted and kind of away for a while, and now you're kind of getting back into the social aspect? Or is it a change in the groups in which you socialize with, or in the way in which you do socialize? I don't know. The question is, though, is that whatever wasn't working. So this is the Ten of Swords bringing a change, an end. And it's not a surprise, by the way, because again, when you have an ending card, usually an ace is there, or again, the change card because change is coming. But this is telling me that you've initiated change because something's not been working social wise. And so is it maybe a friend group that's not working out so well? Maybe is it is it the manner in which you are socializing? Or maybe the fact that you haven't had a social life in a while and now you're bringing to a change because you just need to get out there. Whatever you're doing is aligning more perfectly with this is the Hermit card, by the way, just to make that clear. And so that card is saying that whatever you're doing with this change is helping to align you better with what it is in your life path, better that is more comfortable with you. So again, maybe it aligns with your beliefs or your what do you call it, the things that come natural to you. Your intuitions or whatever else. More importantly, though, you're going to enjoy this new phase. So embrace the change that you're setting into motion. Get out there, start making a difference. And more importantly, know that this is lining up with you, which is more comfortable and natural. And therefore, it will seem more easily or embraced than what you were doing previously. Miss Bonnie, boy, I was struggling to get that easier in there. I don't know what I was doing. Oh, let's get to the financial side. Save me, Miss Bonnie. Save me.
Okay, money. Virgo, this week calls for meticulous attention to your finances. Review your budgets, track your spending. Planning upcoming expenses will serve you well. You may notice areas where money is being wasted or overlooked. Now is the perfect time to streamline and optimize. If an opportunity for investment or collaboration arises, analyze the details carefully. Avoid rushing into decisions. Your natural precision and practicality are your strongest assets. All right, Don, show us the cards.
Show what the money, the devil card. You're right now, you're pessimistic about the economics. So I guess there must have been something recently that has maybe shifted your economic picture, or maybe you've just had a few setbacks because again, that tends to happen. Maybe this summer you spent a little more on vacation than you should have had. Maybe you did a little other things that you shouldn't have, or maybe there's just been a bit of a bump. Maybe you had an adjustable rate mortgage and the adjustment came and you're again just not happy. So economics seems to be problematic here right now for you, and the reality is that you got to work through it. You know, it's part of what you got to deal with. So this is your life path discernment card. So know that this is just part of the process. Work through it. You got this. You don't need anybody to do anything extraordinary. You don't have to do anything extraordinary. You just have to probably plan and adjust, make adjustments. Additionally, these are two of the major arcana. Now, when you have major arcana that comes up in your tarot reading, the major arcana tells you this is something that's happening for a while, going to be lasting a while, and will have a lasting impact, or one of the three, whichever you want to read it. But the point is that this did not come on quickly, because again, it's a major arcana situation. You're not going to get out of the funk quickly or out of the situation quickly. And the Hermit card is telling you, you will get through this though. Just keep pushing through, okay? And it will be a lasting change. And I love this. The Page of Cups is saying that, you know, again, information is going to come in that's going to make you feel better. And ultimately, you're going to get through this. And you're going to get through this in a good way. Whatever the changes are probably going to be lasting to the positive side. So no matter what, get moving, get forward, and don't look back. Just hit it head on. All right. The economic picture will improve over time. That's the way I'm money.
Well, let's move on then, because now it's love.
Yeah.
We're going to start with the moon. And this week on Tuesday, October 7th, we have a full moon in Aries. Now, of course, we have to go backwards. Okay, so let's go all the way back to April 8th of 2024. That's when we had the new moon in Aries. Then we move forward to January 6th of 2025, and we had the first quarter, and that's when you did all of the work. So now we have the full moon where you can see everything. And if something's not to your liking, then you need to change it at that time. Then next year on July 7th of 2026, we'll have the last quarter. And that's when you celebrate your success and turn away and wait for the next new moon. Now the void, of course. All right. On the 7th at 6:23 in the evening, we have a void beginning. It will end about 11 hours later on the 8th at 5:13 a.m. Then again on the 10th at 12:30 in the morning, it will begin. And at 5:12, it will end. That was short. Then again on the 12th at 2:55 a.m., we have a void, of course, beginning, and it will end at 6:37 a.m. that same day. So nothing really, really bad, nothing super, super long. So our void, of course, seems to be getting back to more of a normal pattern. Let's move on then, because now it's love. Virgo, this week highlights the small details that make love meaningful. If you're in a relationship, you may feel called to show your affection through acts of service, thoughtful gestures, or practical support. Your partner will notice your care, but make sure that you speak your feelings openly. Love isn't just shown, it is shared. For single Virgos, this is a favorable week for meeting somebody in everyday settings, work, errands, or through shared routines. What starts as a casual interaction could slowly grow into something deeper. Patience will serve you well here. All right, Don, let's see the cards for love.
All right, Virgo, let's see what we got here. Additionally, Virgo, don't forget to share with us how you approach that conversation, because it sounds like the conversation Ms. Bonnie was having or talking about it can be a little difficult. So I'm kind of curious how you approach it to make sure that you keep things from escalating. At this point, though, we have an Ace of Rods. Love that Ace of Rods. Good way to start a reading. We have a Tower card. Remember I talked about Tower? I just talked about Tower and about how Tower changes things. But that again went with the Death card. And again, the Death card is you making change. This is change coming at you, change around you. You did not control, you did not institute, nor will you be able to stop it. However, Let me stress this. This card can be so full of fear, but in its reverse, you see people dancing instead of falling. And I like this card to a degree because, again, if you know change is coming about, and again, you can't change, you can't manipulate it, you can't stop it, you can't start it, whatever else, and you didn't make it. The one thing you can do is figure out how it's going to impact you and then figure out how you can use it to your advantage. Remember, everything, be it good or bad, if you know it's coming and you understand its trajectory, you can figure out a way to make it work to your advantage. Okay? It may take a little while, but you got this. You can figure that out. And this is that Ace of Rods. And the Ace of Rods, remember, was the very first cards. The Ace of Rods came out and said, guess what? You need to do something. You need to work on some way to make something happen, something to do it. And see, the universe is giving you a gift. So if I were to read this card, especially with the gift of the universe giving you something fresh and new, I wouldn't be surprised if this is actually a good change coming forward that you didn't institute. The universe, remember here, look here, out the cloud, the universe is giving you this gift because maybe you kind of strayed off a little bit. Maybe you kind of get off of your path. Maybe you kind of lost your way, or maybe you just were doing so great and they said, you know what, we're going to reward you. I don't know, but don't be surprised if this change is a good thing and it sets you up. And it's interesting because you needed a rest. So maybe this is a situation where you were struggling. You were going through something very rough. And the universe said, you know what? We're going to help you out. We're going to take away some of this problem. And we're going to give you a chance to take a breath, to take a rest. This is the Four of Swords. So take a rest, take a little break and recalculate. And look at this. It leads to a happy ending. I mean, look at this. I get 10 of Cups, happy closure. So again, when we talked about just the other hand, how when you get changed, don't be surprised there's a 10. That had a 10 of Swords. This has a 10 of Cups. Again, happiness in the end. So yeah, the universe is stepping out for you. They're giving you a fresh start. So they're creating a change that will ultimately lead to giving you a break for once and lead you to a happier time. I cannot tell you how this is interesting. I just kind of curious to see how it plays out. I'm very curious.
Yeah, leave us a comment. Let us know.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, Miss Bonnie, when we're talking about, and this is, of course, a love situation, right?
Absolutely.
You know, and when you look at this and you see what I just talked about and all those things, I could be the bearer of bad news or the bearer of good news. But usually when you get the Tower card and change, and you're talking about relationships, folks, you may even see a change of partners. You may see a change of feelings. You may see a change of trajectory with your relationships. And that's I kind of worked around it. I kind of was trying to keep it generic, but the reality is you come to us to get guidance and advice. And the reality is when I see those cards, the Ace of Rods is maybe again you putting new work into relationship, but the relationship, there's a change coming. And so the question is, what do you do with that change? But ultimately, no matter what you decide in the relationship, it's going to be good. I'm just going to lay that out there, okay? And I'll let you figure out how to embrace what I'm saying, okay?
Very good.
Save me, Bonnie. Save me.
Well, we like the love as well. And down in the right lower corner, you should see a button that says love or subscribe. Same thing to us. Hit that subscribe button, set that notification bell. And if you're on my channel, Your Love Goddess, hop over to Dawn's channel, Sonoran Mystic Tarot, and do the very same thing. That will allow us to send you a little message and say, hey, we just posted a video or we're coming out live. So you have the option to come see us. Now, when you get both of those done, go to Cards and Constellations. That's our new channel. We're trying to grow it. Please hit the subscribe, set that bell, and share a video. You don't know how many times somebody down the road is going to go, hey, that really resonated with me. So share them out, please, and it will help us to grow as well. So
come join this collective community. I mean, we all share information back and forth when we do our live readings and when we do our recorded readings as well. You'll see a lot of people jump in and share comments and so forth because we've created a community. come be part of the community. We invite you in. We welcome you as a member. And again, the fee is free $99. In other words, no cost. You can't beat the price, and no judgment either, because it's a no judgment zone here. So with that said, we're going to let you go. Love, light, and blessings from Miss Bonnie, her family, me, and my family to you and yours. Again, embrace change, help it move along, work with it the best you can, and most importantly, know that, again, ultimately, whatever will be, and the change will ultimately be in your advantage. Have a great one. Bye.